here today. This is Jerome Scott, the insurance guy, taking a little bit of a detour, if you will, about staying relative, current, trying to make things happen for you in your life. Insurance will do it. However, there's some things that come before that you need to do for yourself. And with that being said, I want to let you know who dropped by at the office, dropped by the location, just to stick her head in and just to chat with me. And we got Ms. Hermon here. Ms. Hermon, tell me the name of one of your businesses. This lady has...
You're like one of the businesses.
Yeah, she's got about 71 streams of income. And interestingly enough, you have to get out of her way because the streams just follow her around.
Look, I received that.
They do. And she's just a joy to work with. She is a joy to work with.
I appreciate
but
that.
I've got a couple things that I want to bring up. But tell us a little bit about one or two of the things that you have going for you at this point.
Yeah, so I'm Jurlonna Hermon. I'm from Fayetteville, born and raised, Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I live back and forth between here and St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. And so one of the businesses that we have is TEW Experience. It stands for Travel, Events, and Weddings. And so basically we create group travel experiences. So if you want to do a family reunion group, if you want to do a couples getaway, I mean, you name it, whatever group that you kind of want to put together and just go to a different destination. Yeah. And so one of our specialties is wellness retreats.
Oh, good.
So we do wellness retreats in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. And so we actually got a couple of them on the calendar for next year, marriage couples and, singles.
You have nothing prepared. I can... at this point, correct? I mean, you didn't bring anything. You just stopped by.
Yes, I just stopped by. Yeah.
So she has nothing prepared. So I'm going to give her an uplift because she mentioned something that I think needs to be talked about, because you and I have talked about the possibility of putting together a retreat or a cruise, if you will, for individuals here in Cumberland County. And, and that would entail us going to one of two, maybe three places, but we were talking about a cruise.
Okay, yeah.
We talked about a cruise, maybe retreat to White Lake.
Yeah, so we was talking about, we was looking at maybe a yacht experience.
Yacht experience.
Yes.
You hear that, Fayetteville?
Yes.
A yacht experience.
And that's so funny you bring that up because one of the things that we do specialize is the yacht experience. My husband is a licensed boat captain. And we work with a lot of yachts in St. Thomas as well. So, we're
going there.
St. Thomas, yes. But any water, listen, we can make sure we get you on the yacht.
So the yacht experience, but that would be one, because at this point, we're going to go there.
Yes.
And we're going to have dinner on the yacht. Is that correct?
Yes.
And cruise White Lake.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility.
Let's say possibility.
Then we had another possibility of going to Wilmington.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A bigger place, a bigger tub. And so that would be a bigger boat.
Yes.
And then we could say it would be a yacht, if you will. And that would, not the same experience, but dinner, maybe a couple bands, things like that. Would that be?
You know what, Mr. Scott? I can create whatever you can imagine. And I can even go beyond that.
Look at her. She can go beyond that.
So we customize experiences for the person that's leading it or want to design the group. But we customize whatever the goal is. Then we create a itinerary around that.
Now, if we could only get 2, 4, 6 people to do this, we'll get a canoe and go to the Cape Fear River.
Kayak,
get that done. So that might be something. I got a producer over here laughing at me as usual, and that's fine. But we don't want to do the canoe.
No, we don't want to do the canoe. That's a totally different experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit, go into more detail about, or at least tell us a little bit more, because we're talking about retreats, marriage retreats, those marriages that are on a cliff, if you will.
Or need maintenance.
Need maintenance.
Because I think the biggest thing, I know you in the financial world, right, in insurance world, listen, you can't even spend your money if you're not well.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And so I think, one of my key things is I think I'm designed to help people understand their purpose and help them walk in it. But one of the things is you can't walk in purpose if your health is not right.
That's true.
So that's one thing I really focus on is the wellness part. And a lot of times it's never a perfect time to go.
It's never a perfect time to go.
It's never a perfect time to go.
So you're giving everyone an excuse to get out there.
Right. Yeah. You need to go ahead and just put it on the calendar. And it's one thing I'm getting ready to create. Well, actually, I've been doing for years. It's called the personal retreat experience. And so that's where it's solo. And you go, and I have a guide that would take you on this journey, but it's really set up for whatever you need at that moment. It's like really private time, intimate time, and really setting yourself apart so you can study, so you can write. I mean, I wrote my book one time on a personal retreat. So you can really just get healing.
Is it published now? Is it published, or is it still out there in the world?
So that particular book is published.
Oh, it is published. Good.
Yeah.
So it did do you some good.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but it's just really the whole premise behind it is really getting away and just to reset and get that restoration, so you can go back out there and do it again.
Well, this month is Life Insurance Month.
Yes.
And I find that going into it, if you will, because we need to think about the life insurance. But not everyone has said this, but I've had a few people that have buried loved ones. And of course, for me, it would be, well, what are you going to do with yourself? They have that check from the incident that occurred, and they're paying off some bills. I will ask, are you going to do anything for yourself?
Right.
And, and many of them will say, not all, but many will say, I need to take a break for myself and go on a little trip, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
after they invest, right?
Yeah. So that would be something. Instead of them going to South Carolina, they could go someplace else.
Exposure, right? We need to be exposed more.
You got to be exposed. If you don't get exposed, you don't know what's out there.
Yeah, you're really limiting yourself. I can always tell when I have a conversation with someone how exposed they are. And, that's the reason why travel is a big deal, is because it will open your eyes. I mean, reading is a big deal because reading opens up your eyes, right? And so at the end of the day, I definitely believe that you should. I always tell my husband and other clients when I do coaching as well, because I do coaching, is that you got to put on your oxygen mask first in order to help someone else.
Right.
And so, and I can always tell when he doesn't have on his oxygen mask. I said, babe, you need your oxygen mask today.
Okay. All right. Good.
So you can't be a good service to anyone else if you're about to, fly, if you're like leaning over or you're about to pass out yourself, that kind of thing.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I'm just kind of, you opened the door for me to ask this question, and I can take it. I'm a big guy.
Okay.
But when you talk to me, and we've known each other a few months, but
a few years, Mr. Scott. Come on, a few months. Good Lord. No.
With that being said, have I been exposed to anything but air out there?
Yes.
Oh, I have?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
You have.
That's nice to know. It's nice to know. You just never know about these things. But you're right. Just getting in a new environment can make things.
Yeah. I believe that's part of, what, as a business owner, I think that's really a business strategy. A wellness retreat or getting to some time to yourself, or even taking that trip or whatever, that's part of your business strategy. That should be in your business plan.
That tells me and that I can write this off.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
well,
I have been.
Yeah.
I have been writing it off. Just
right. Yeah.
So yeah.
And so that's a good point you bring up, because being in business right now is just myself and my husband as the full-time employees, right? But I'm creating a health insurance plan. Because, and the reason why I did that is because of some other issues, there was some other things going on there. But then I was like, okay, as an employees of this business, even when someone comes on board, they will have access to this. And sometimes we just think about just the traditional, because we still need those other traditional things, right?
Right.
But then also, well, how many massages do they have access for the year?
Right.
How many, what about a stipend to go on a trip? What about a stipend for food when they go somewhere? So that's all part of that self-care plan and healthcare plan as well.
I've tried to do this, but just this year I've had about 30 employees, so no one qualifies. So
they're in and out, right?
They're in and out. Just leave the door open.
Yeah.
But
maybe it's a incentive for them to stay. Hey, look, if you stay past 90 days, you get, a ticket to the spa or something. I don't know.
Well, go to Myrtle Beach just for the day.
Right.
Yeah, you'll have to pay for the games. Go ahead, go some more. Go ahead. What else? What else is out there for you that you want to bring out for?
Yeah. So I think one thing I was reading your book.
What book was that?
This book right here. Let's bring it out.
Okay.
Plug. No.
There you go. All right.
So when I was reading this, it was so funny because I saw where you were talking about the rewards. And it's so true. Like, you have to do something for yourself, right? And one of the things that I noticed, you gave some really great strategies. I mean, simple. Listen, anybody can pick up this book and implement it, right?
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Right. So, but the thing is that one of the things that I do is accountability coaching. Because a lot of times people, they have these goals or they have these desires, and then next thing you know,
it's a wish.
It's a wish, and then by the time the year goes by, they still have those same goals.
Yeah.
And then we still in the same place.
They either weigh the same or they gain 10 pounds.
Yes.
You know.
That's a good one. But we need accountability in every area of our life. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, even as a life coach, I have a business coach. I have someone that's coaching me, relating to me regarding my spiritual life. When it comes to the financial piece, like, there's certain many, it's certain people that's assigned to that. So when I was reading your book, I said, oh my goodness, it's very practical, and it's one of those things, if you implement it, it's a lot of rewards from it, right?
It can work.
Yeah, it works. But then it's the implementation part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
The accountability coach, that's so important.
Yeah.
People don't want to check in. They just don't want to check in.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those things where they're possibly saying to themselves, it's my business.
Right.
But it shouldn't be. You've got to have enough confidence in someone to share that information.
Yeah.
You really need to.
I know people say, like, oh, I'm leaving my 9 to 5 so I can get a business, so I don't have to have a boss or report to a boss. Well, guess what? When you go over to the business world, you have hundreds, well, hopefully, you have hundreds bosses because of your clients.
Right.
Now your clients. But then now who's going to hold you accountable to those clients?
Right.
And so you don't get away from accountability.
No, you don't. And I think that's the problem with budgeting.
Yeah.
Because people think it's too restrictive.
Yeah.
And I guess in a sense it is restrictive, but it keeps you on track. And you need to know what kind of track you're running on.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
You like that one?
Yeah, I like that one.
You can only use that once. Don't use it any more than once.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what's so funny about budget? I remember I used to cringe about budgets. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to do a budget. And my work history, I used to work at a university with state. You get paid once a month, right? So you had to learn how to budget really quickly.
Yeah,
okay,
you do.
But what I noticed is that the budget is based off of what lifestyle you want.
It is.
So, do you want to be debt free? Do you want, this long term goal? Well, it's part of the budget. Mm-hmm. But I mean, maybe that's how
I hear you. That's good stuff. And it is. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So kind of look at it a little bit different now. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that budget and your lifestyle. I've got clients that are still, they're out there. They're spending for this, they're spending for that, and they come to me and it's not working. Well, you're still doing things you don't need to do. Well, do I need to include this?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're doing it. Well, it needs to be included.
Yeah.
So.
But what's so funny? So I help people create life plans, right? And part of that life plan, you got your primary life domains, which is your finances, spiritual, career, all the different things like that. And I noticed one thing.
Go in a little bit more detail. It says a life plan.
Yes, a life plan.
Go ahead.
So basically, because I help people with their purpose, right? So once we understand what your purpose is, then we put together your life plan, and the main primary life domains that is really, let's see, how should I put this? It has a major influence in your life, right? Mm-hmm. So your spiritual life, your financial life, your mental and your physical health, also your family, your relationships, and education. And so we look at those different things and say, hey, where do you want to be? Like, what would make, because I do a rubric of on a scale 1 to 10 of satisfaction. And so on the highest scale of 10, like, okay, where do you want to be? Like, where, in order for this to be scored 10, what needs to happen in this particular area, right? So we create that plan.
Really?
It looks so beautiful, Mr. Scott.
It does? Yeah. So you're going to work with me on that, aren't you?
Oh, Lord. Do you need a life plan?
But I don't have a life. So
you do have a life, But the point I was bringing up regarding that is we can create the plans, and we're supposed to create plans, but you ask a person, when the last time they look at their plan? And what I've noticed over the years, through some pain, right? Through some pain and pleasure, what I've noticed is that you have to look at your plan every single day. Because if not, you will forget what you said, you will forget the goal, you will forget the objective, and then next you know, you find yourself in a situation, you're like, wow, how did I get here? Well, I didn't look at the plan every day.
So that's a key thing. Look at it every day.
Every day. And it sounds extreme, but guess what?
No.
Life happens during those moments.
Sure.
After we met with the plan, when we meet with the plan, then guess what? The next day something happens, or next day, oh, I got to go here, or the next day, oh, I had to take someone to the hospital. Well, you forgot about the plan, but the plan still exists and it's still valid.
Right.
So every morning you just look over and be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
So I know every day, but it should be at a particular time of day, every day, maybe in
I would
the
say in
morning.
the morning.
Morning's the best time.
But what works for the individual? For me, I have a ritual. I have a morning ritual. I have an afternoon ritual. I have a work ritual, and an evening ritual as well. And so with those rituals, it just helps me to stay aligned so I can steward the things that God has given me. So like, for example, I look at the plans in the morning, after I spend time. And then after I do look at the plans, then I say, okay, what am I supposed to be working on? What's that one thing I want to complete today? And then I'm like, okay. And those one things that I want to complete is actually, it's alignment with the goals. It's alignment with the life plan. So it's nothing, everything that's on my agenda in my planner is aligned to the goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allah. No, maybe not.
Allah.
No, maybe not.
Who Allah?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone out there. So is there anything else about your business or businesses that you'd like to share with individuals out there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is put it on your calendar. And guess what? I think the key thing is that, especially if you're a busy person, you don't have time to be planning anything. You don't have time to do the logistics because you just don't have time, right? And so that's what we do at TEW Experience. We take away the heavy lifting. We do the logistics for you while you focus on the experience.
Just so that we know, and we're just about, I think, can wrap up based on what my camera person says. Are you asleep over there? But the thought here is, how should some of the listeners, no, not some, all the listeners get in touch with you to actually schedule an appointment with you to get a life plan or to get some type of plan or, so they can just talk to you about this and just to make the connection, if you will. And that first connection, what is it, about $500?
So, for the life plans?
Well, just anything, just to come talk to you, just to say hello.
No.
It doesn't cost that much?
It doesn't cost $500. We do free consultations, okay?
Okay, you do. You do that.
Yeah, so we do free consultations. So one way of getting in touch with me is through social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm on there as @Jurlonna, and that's Jurlonna. And then if you're looking for the logistics.
Give us to it again.
Okay.
Get it.
Yeah, sure. So when it comes to the life plans and coaching, is @Jurlonna. So it's Jurlonna. And that's through all the social media platforms. It's that handler there. And then.
Or they can call the office here and I'll connect you with her with no problem. So don't think you got to write if you don't have a paper and pencil. At this point, which you should.
Right.
I don't know why you'd listen to this program without a paper and pencil. Shame. But if you don't, call me and I'll make sure that your information gets passed on. Go ahead. I didn't mean.
No, you're fine. So I was going to say the other part is if you're looking for the travel piece of it, when you talk about group travel or even group events with the wellness retreats, just go to TEWExperience.com. And so that's T as in travel, E as in events, W as wedding. So TEW Experience.com. So that's how you get in touch with me regarding that as well. And then there's a form here you fill out, and then we get in touch with you.
Right, and that includes those individuals that want to go on the canoe trip down Cape Fear River.
No canoe trip.
So she's Xing that off.
Yeah, no canoe trip.
Okay.
We have some serious liabilities on that canoe. Look, we got to assess the liabilities, Mr. Scott. We can't be going on no canoe trip.
I tell you. Well, we do have life vests, life vests.
Oh, yes. If you're going to do a cruise, yes. And then if you go to St. Thomas, you'll hear my husband's safety spill, and he's big on safety. So
yeah, I tell you. And I thought, I'm just thrilled to know this guy. He flies his own airplane. It's amazing.
He's
stuff.
he's in pilot school right now, so he's in pilot training.
That's good.
So he has a student pilot license, and he's working on getting those other hours in and training so he can officially fly.
That's super. Yes. So he just won't give me a book and put me in the seat and says it's all yours. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, that's good. I was just checking. So anything else you'd like to bring up? Because I want to make sure you got out there. This was a little impromptu because you just happened to be in the area.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you were.
I appreciate you. I mean, the biggest thing is, listen, you need to get your finances in order, okay? Mm-hmm. And then, once you get your finances in order, then you need to get your wellness in order, okay?
Right, good.
So, yes.
Right, good. This ends this particular segment of Jerome Scott, the insurance guy. And I had Ms. Jurlonna Hermon here with TEW Experience with me. And it was enlightening because she said some things that you have been thinking about, but will not make a move to make it happen.
Uh-oh.
You won't make a move to make it happen. And you need to, because it would certainly give you a fresh outlook on life. Mm-hmm. It will make you treat people better than you're treating them right now. Because right now, because of the way you are, you treat them like dirt. And you shouldn't do that. So you need to give a fresh outlook on what's happening out there in the world. So again, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again at another point. And I'll see about bringing about another guest so that we can all settle in and find out what's happening in Cumberland County. And also, don't forget about this being Life Insurance Month.
Yes.
Check those beneficiaries. Check yourself. Get more coverage. And that's important. Your beneficiaries will love it if you get more coverage. Believe me. I've never returned a check to a beneficiary and they said to me, you gave me too much money. It just doesn't happen. So, at any rate, I like that one myself.
I know, right? I like that one.